evening, everyone. Welcome to another session. I'm Patekateka Nkululeko, a medical doctor with a keen enthusiasm and interest in evolutionary psychology. And here in this space, as you already know, this is a platform and a space dedicated to male development and self-growth with a peculiar focus on evolutionary psychology. Our main goal is to explore aspects related to personal development and male growth, although our discussions are not limited exclusively to men, as our society functions as a community of social beings with shared interests and interactions. In our previous session, we'll delve into the concept of a high-value man, aiming to understand its fundamental pillars and implication in everyday life. We also introduced the concept of the sexual market value. We also introduced the concept of sexual market value. A central theme will underpin many of our discussion on relationships. Today, we will delve deeper into the specifics of sexual value market for both men and women, clarifying and detailing key aspects. Let's proceed with a focused exploration of this topic. And if this seems helpful for you, subscribe and hit all notifications bell. And if you desire to help more, just put your likes on this video. What the market pertains to is how a man perceives a woman and how a woman perceives a man within the realm of relationships, particularly in terms of attractiveness and reciprocity. Moving forward with the discussion, we will stratify our approach, examining the nuanced evaluations and analyses specific to male and female sexes. These evaluations often navigate through aspects influenced by the rise of feminism advocating for equal rights, attempting to align with masculine traits as the fundamental elements in relationship dynamics. However, due to inherent biological and natural differences, achieving complete equality in these aspects, particularly in attraction, remains elusive. Let's now delve deeper into understanding the components related to a man's sexual market value. We will explore the critical and detailed aspects that shape and defines a man's sexual market value. Initially, we will focus on the aspects depicted in our graph in this chart here, which often a summarized and generic view of these factors. These 6 specific aspects and their respective percentages values represent the foundational pillars as perceived by a woman and society in the context of relationships. The woman evaluates the man based on these aspects, which become determining factors for her decision to enter into a relationship with him. These aspects can be assessed across various parameters with different percentages of value. Notably, the parameter with the highest percentage of value constitutes 27% of the assessments and is resources. Following resources, we have status, often influenced by lifestyle or professional success, and appearance comes next, following by personality, which is crucial for the individual's confidence and interaction within society. These aspects are significant and make a substantial difference in evaluating a man's value in the sexual market. However, age is a factor of low preponderance in determining sexual value for men. This explains why older men can often engage in a relationship without difficulty despite aging with a younger woman. Age itself contributes only 10% of the overall assessment of a man's sexual market value. As such, as long as a man satisfies the other pillars that constitutes the remaining 90%, age becomes less of a concern. And a lot of times you will find feminist groups saying that it's a problem to have a man of 35 going into a relationship with a 22-year-old woman. Many young individuals aged around 22, 25, seek serious relationship prematurely, which can be risky. Many young individuals, speaking about men, age around 24, 25, 26 seek serious relationship prematurely, which can be risky. This is because developing personality, status, apparent, and gaining resources take time and is not an instantaneous process. The younger the man is, the fewer of these characteristics he will possess. A younger man aged 22 to 25 typically lacks resources, lacks experience, lacks maturity. At 18, he enters college, and by 22 or 23, he's completing the education, yet remains resourceless. Resources constitute the crucial pillar for a man's sexual market value. It's vital to pay attention to how these components influence many aspects of man's life. Indeed, it can determine his happiness because a man's sexual market values dictate his ability to attract the woman he desires, influenced by the confluence of parameters and factors. The same way, a woman's sexual value market will dictate her possibilities, will determine her ability to attract a man. At 32, 40 years old, understanding the circumstances where a man is most likely to achieve better outcomes becomes crucial. Already we have grasped that factors like the usually called game in the dating world, commonly seen as significant, are technically and scientifically proven to be among the least preponderant in relationship dynamics. Personality, status, appearance, and resources wield far more influence in a man's sexual value than his game in the dating world. Moving forward, when analyzing women, we will aim to ascertain whether their behavior mirrors what we observe in men. If not, we will explore the difference, weighting the pros and cons and determining how to manage these advantages and disadvantages for the benefit of both men and women. Effective management of this biological and natural component distinct from desire is paramount. So now, let's analyze the aspect related to the assessment or the value market of a woman. As you can see in this chart, these are the aspects that we will be examining. Immediately, we notice that the female chart, this graph here, is vastly different from the chart we seen in men. In the male chart, appearance ranked fourth in terms of its significance in determining the market value. However, in woman, appearance takes the top spot. It can be said that a woman's appearance is the fundamental pillar that allows her entry into the market. When we discuss the market, we are referring to the process of interaction, conquest, and all associated aspects where a woman positions herself to success. The primary pillar she used to ensure success in this process is her beauty and her appearance. 80% of the strength in the process of winning over a man is tied to her image as a woman, integrated with her beauty and her youth. These aspects are incredibly crucial. Conversely, for men, as we mentioned, appearance takes a distant fourth place. The first most crucial aspect for men is resources. And resources are the first most important, which holds the primary position. In contrast, for women, resources are positioned last. No man stands up and declares, I'm going to pursue and marry woman YXZ because of her money or resources. At least, not the man the woman seeks to win over. Women are the ones who determine the aspects that enhance or diminish man's value. The aspects women seek in a man are what gives him more value. The aspects men seek in a woman are what gives her more value. No man will pursue a woman thinking, I want her money. Instead, she seeks a man who has more resources than she does. This is crucial part to the feminine conquest process. Female beauty and the visual image holds 80% of the importance here. Resources which are paramount for men have no such function for women. Many women, if not most, seek pillars based on components related to equality, equality of rights, and feminism. These pillars involve acquiring resources, such as a good job, a solid academic training. These aspects are crucial because they often influence women's education and professional opportunities. However, women sometimes assume that these aspects should entitle them to pursue a higher value man or be valued more in the interaction between a man and a woman, be valued more in the sexual marketplace rather than just in the workplace. This distinction is very crucial. Valuing work is extremely important. The more intelligent and competent a woman is, the more she should explore these skills for the benefit of her family, of herself, of her country, of our society, and of our community. It's not acceptable for any extremely competent woman to remain at home due to any form of discriminatory behavior. However, we must always remember that achieving academic and professional milestones has no direct implication for how attractive she is perceived to be as a woman. None of these achievements directly impact the components crucial to the process of attracting a man. How she behaves, how she speaks, and presents herself to the man, and the potential relationship she may engage in is what will impact her value. Promiscuity or no, that's what will give her value. Her age is what will bring her value. Her beauty is what will bring her value. Her femininity and her collaboration is what will bring her value. Age plays a significant role here. There are three primary pillars that significantly affect a woman's attractiveness. Her age. The younger she is, the higher her chances of attracting a man she desires, and greater her sexual value market. These pillars are fundamental. In contrast, men have 4 to 5 pillars contributing to the majority of their sexual market value percentage. For women, beauty alone comprises 80%. 80% of the overall evaluation. Additionally, aspects such as behavior towards men, age, appearance significantly influence women's success in interaction between genders. These factors, beauty, youth, and demeanor, accounts for 97% of what ensure a woman's success in such interaction in the sexual market value. Other factors play a negligible role. We have now conducted a brief analysis focusing on the male and the female aspects of the sexual value market. And as we said, if you like this analysis, please subscribe to our channel, hit all notification bells, and help us pushing the like button of this video. Now, let's visit these two components that we previously analyzed separately and now bring them together for a unified analysis. We aim to understand the significant differences in interaction and their implication in daily life. Both men and women must shape their actions to achieve the best possible results in their interaction and relationships in the market value place, in the sexual value market. Now, let's delve into the aspects concerning the interaction of these two pieces of information. The convergence of male and female behavior in sexual market value. At this juncture, we will examine how these elements intersect. In the accompanying graph, we will find critical information that highlights the most crucial aspects of sexual market value. The first graph, represented by the solid line, illustrates the behavior of sexual market value in women. Meanwhile, the dashed line represents the sexual value market behavior of men. The horizontal axis denotes the age ranging from 15 to 70, while the vertical axis measures the sexual market value on the scale of 0 to 10. A score of 1 or 0 indicates the minimum value, and a score of 10 represents the maximal value achievable by either gender. Let's now explore the life trajectory influenced by this interaction and aspects discussed earlier. First, let's examine the sexual market value of women. According to the chart, this graph, a woman's sexual market value begins to rise around 15. It's crucial to note that between 15 to 18, despite having high sexual market value, women typically are not allowed to engage in sexual interaction or relationship. So we must respect all our laws and all the legal considerations. What factors determine the sexual market value? Let's recall the importance of appearance at 15 years old. Studies based on statistical data from populations in Europe and United States indicates that some women at these ages already possesses the appearance and physical attributes that allow them to have a sexual value market ranging from 5. As time progresses until the age of 18, a woman's sexual market value typically reaches around 6 or 7. This value peaks at approximately 70 to 80% of the maximum by the time she turns 18. The peak of sexual market value occurs around 23 years old, where it reaches the maximum level. From age 23 onwards, a woman's sexual market value begins to decline sharply, similar to how it rose sharply before. By the age of 30, it aligns more closely with the sexual value market of a man, often dropping to less than half of its peak value. This decline is primarily due to factors such as appearance, age, fertility, which diminish significantly over time in women. Now, let's turn the attention to the male chart. The aspects that contribute to the sexual market value of men are entirely different. What are these specific aspects that determine men's sexual value market? The first aspect, extremely important, is resources. Remember, when we discussed resources, we mentioned that a 15-year-old man would lack resources, thus his sexual value market would be very low. He lacks resources, status, experience. These are all crucial aspects. Additionally, he lacks personality development. The young man at the age of 15, 18, 20, 22 lacks resources, status, his personality still forming. Personality is vital because it provides security and protection for his wife, family, and oneself. These personality traits are essential for a man in a relationship, as he is expected to fulfill his role as a leader and a protector. As we can observe, a man only reaches half of his sexual market value by the age of 30. That's why you cannot get married at 25. There is a lot of road to run on. Some may begin to ponder and question the dynamics of sexual market value. For men, their sexual market value only peak around the age of 30. Contrastingly, earlier we discussed women reaching their peak sexual market value around 23. This time frame is often seen as ideal for a woman to marry, as her value in the eyes of a man is at its highest during this period. This is what happens to a woman when she reaches this age. Many times, she is dating a man who is around 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. And if she is considering marrying him at this age, pay close attention to this. Most of the times, it's a risk for the young man. By this age, he hasn't yet reached even half of his potential in the sexual market value, meaning he don't have even half of the skills he must have in order to make better decisions for himself. What does this mean? It means that the woman he manages to attract at this age is significantly different from the woman he might attract when he reaches peak sexual market value. Similarly to how women are advised to marry between 20 to 25 to maximize her desirability. If she starts to delay beyond this phase and reaches 28-30, she starts encountering serious challenge in order to win over a man. And this main issue arises because she will be competing with women who are at their most desirable phase for a man. Advising a man to marry at 24, 26 is a risk because he isn't yet built up the resources, personality, experience, maturity, which are fundamental to his sexual market value and to the dynamics of engaging in a successful relationship as a leader and a protector. He lacks maturity, experience, and hasn't developed the necessary personality traits that come with age. As people delve deeper into their academic pursuits, success tends to follow. These often postpone serious relationships, having children, and starting families. A positive trend for a man as it aligns with their evolving sexual market value. Men are not primarily interested in acquiring what woman gains over time. They don't want it. All the things men are looking for in a woman are at the peak when she's younger. These are not the quality men seek in a woman if because of feminism and all those academic pursuits and success that follows. All the things that she will gain, all the bargains she will make are not the ones men are interested in. These are not the qualities men seek in women. This is the first crucial aspect. The second important aspect is the quality that deters women from seeking serious relationship between 20 to 25, often associate with non-feminine behavior. Because docility and femininity are components we emphasize, knowing how to behave, how to navigate relationship, how to interact with the opposite sex. In men, these aspects of docility and femininity are very essential to find it in a woman he can be able to protect and to lead her. The factors that deter women from marrying in their 20s at 25 years old are not aspects of femininity, much less of docility. They are aspects of masculinity, pursuit of careers, pursuit of professional success, pursuit of resources. Those are aspects of masculinity. This involves pursuing education, seeking employment, striving for status, and accumulating resources. But why is it so? To achieve equality with men. You achieve equality with men, meaning the man will start to look at you as a man, not as a woman. So if you want to be happy as a woman, you can never look for equality in men. Why? The way a woman will be looking for equality, it will mean striving, acquiring traits, characteristics that will make her be successful in areas that defines masculinity. And she will never be able to separate the influence of these traits only for professional and educational purposes. And when she goes to the relationship, when she's dealing with a man as her partner, she separates all of those traits. It will never happen. These issues arises when a woman adopts traits of masculinity in their pursuit of resources through employment. These are behavioral traits associated with masculinity, not femininity. Men do not seek masculinity in a woman because they already possess these traits themselves. They seek femininity in a woman. This chart encapsulates many relationship failures we witness it daily in society, particularly with the rise of feminism. It illustrates numerous divorces and discontent among women who, despite having degrees and successful careers, pursue pillars associated with masculinity and male sexual value. Why? Because they want to be equal to men. However, this chart also highlights disasters stemming from men's behavior. Often they fail to grasp the dynamics of building their sexual value market. In their interaction with women, they may prematurely seek to conquer or commit, believing they are acting appropriately due to having completed college, obtain a degree, or having job prospect in the future. They marry early before they have matured, gained experience, and secured status and resources. Critical pillars for a man's success in life, critical pillars for man's sexual value market. In conclusion, I appreciate your presence here. I am Pat Tekateka Nkululeko, a medical doctor with a keen interest and enthusiasm in evolutionary psychology. We will close our session for now, reconvening tomorrow. Have a good rest.
Esse aspecto da vida, para a maioridade, ele vai ganhando tempo suficiente e vai enquadrando-se com o seu valor sexual de mercado.